All right, welcome. We made it to the next step. Full glam, full face. We got the full coverage foundation. We got the concealer. Maybe you cream contour. This is looking awesome. I'm digging this contour. Time to bake that face. Because if you're going full glam, we might as well go full glam. We're gonna bake that face at 98.6 degrees and the makeup is going nowhere. So I'm gonna take, this is the MAC Patrick Starrr powder. This is Patrick's powder. This stuff is awesome. It's a really awesome powder. It's great for baking because if you know Patrick Starrr, you know that he bakes like nobody's business. So I'm gonna actually start and I'm gonna set my eyes. It's been a minute since I put my concealer on, so I'm gonna take my beauty blender. And so I'm just gonna lean into the mirror. Sorry if you guys get a nice up close personal view. And just blend, make sure there's not any creasing because you don't want to set, that's the worst thing you could do is have creasing and then set that with powder. Because then the creasing's not gonna go anywhere. All right, ooh, drop my beauty blender. Okay, so now we're all nice and set. I'm gonna take this powder on a nice tapered pointed blending or powder brush. This is the Morphe 438, my favorite brush for using with powder and setting under the eyes. I really enjoy Patrick's powder for baking. I think because it's slightly pink, it's not like that stark white. I've baked with tons of other products. I've baked with the RCMA no color powder that just looks like you're literally casket ready. You look like a ghost. I've baked with the Laura Mercier and like it's fine, but even the Laura Mercier tends to dry my under eyes out because I have extremely dry under eyes. So I like this one. I like baking with this one. It's a little bit thicker than another pink powder. Yes, it still feels very soft, very finely milled, but it's a little bit thicker. There's a little more grip to it. So I enjoy it for baking a little bit more than the Too Faced Peach Perfect, which is another like pink colored powder. So again, grabbing this dirty beauty blender that I've used to like blend out my makeup and my concealer, dipping into the powder, picking up quite a bit, and then I'm gonna tap off a little of the excess on the back of my hand and go in and really set that under eye and start the baking. We're gonna bake, we're gonna bake. So baking actually started as a technique in the drag world as a way to make sure that the makeup stayed on during a performance. Drag queens would bake their faces so that when they're up there doing all their acrobatics, and I'm gonna really cut the side of my nose with powder. So, oh, sorry, continue with my story. When they're doing all the acrobatics under the stage lights, their makeup's not gonna budge, it's not gonna go anywhere. So really what you're doing is just using a very heavy layer of powder on your face so that it's trapping all this makeup underneath the powder between your skin and the face. Oh, what is going on? Oh, that's weird. Did you see that? Did you see that? It like grabbed, really. That's strange. I've never had it happen like that before. There we go. Okay, that was weird. It like grabbed onto this like circle in my nose. Okay, maybe I won't bake the side of my nose. I'll just bake under my eyes and then we'll cut the contour. But anyways, it basically, what the powder does, if you put a heavy enough layer down, it's going to trap the heat from your body. So your internal temp, your 98.6, it's gonna trap that next to the skin and it's really gonna cook all the makeup and like hold it in place so it's not gonna go anywhere. All right, so now I'm gonna take this, again, tapping off kind of the excess, and I'm gonna cut under that contour where I just did the cream contour. This helps set the contrast between the contour and your other skin. It's gonna really help set that apart, make sure it stands out and you look cut. You're gonna look cut up. I'm really gonna set my smile lines. All right, there we go. So we're ready. We're gonna cook, we're gonna bake. I'm gonna go in with another powder. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And get a little bit in the lid. And I'm just gonna very, very, very lightly set the rest of my face using a big powder brush. This is the Morphe E41. So not really where I'm baking, I'll tap off the excess and then just kind of roll and distribute this just so it sets the rest of my face. So there's no transferring. So I'm actually going to let this bake sit on my face for quite a while. I usually let it go until I'm done with my eyes, because then it actually creates a nice little barrier, so if you have any fallout while you're doing your eyeshadows. Oh, I have another little clod of powder on my eyes. If you have any fallout on your eyes, it's easy just to wipe away the powder and then not have any of the transfer of the eyeshadow onto your actual face. So I'm going to let this bake sit on my face, and I'm going to go do my eyes.